Okay, so special parallelograms. So we're still going to have the same rules we had before, but we're going to have special. So rhombus. A rhombus is a parallelogram. Then its diagonals are perpendicular. And bisect the opposite angles. And all sides are congruent. Okay, so the diagonals are perpendicular, so they meet at a what? Right angle. Okay, they bisect opposite angles, so that means they're cut. See how it's cut? Yes. Okay, and all sides are congruent, so we're missing a little tick, right? If I said a shape where all sides are congruent, what's the first shape you would think of?
Square.
A square. Nope.
A rhombus.
Okay. You would think square, and that would be natural that somebody would think square, but is rhombus also an option?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the next one we're going to look at is a rectangle. So if a parallelogram is a rectangle, then the diagonals are congruent. And also, and I don't know why I have this on every angle is what? 90. So if the diagonals are congruent, that also means that what? Because parallelogram, they bisect each other, yes? So that means they're all like it's, right? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay, the last one is a square. If a parallelogram is a square, the properties of both a rhombus and rectangle apply. So all the sides are congruent. The diagonals bisect each other. They meet at a 90-degree angle. All corners are what? 90 degrees. Okay, so are all squares rectangles?
No.
How many put two squares together?
All squares are rectangles because it says the properties of a rectangle apply. So are all squares rectangles?
Yeah.
Yes. Are all squares rhombus?
No.
Yes. It says all the properties of a rhombus apply. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Are all rectangles squares?
No.
No. Are all rhombuses squares?
No.
No. But is a square a rhombus and a rectangle?
Yes.
Yes. How fun. Okay, so if it does say rhombus, do not think of a square. Does that make sense? Because not all rhombus are squares. So do not in your head think purposely make something that looks like these shapes. Got me?
What else is a rhombus?
A rhombus, that could be a rhombus. What I'm saying is don't draw a square because then you're going to apply all the square things. Does that make sense? Yeah. Unless it says the rhombus is a square, do not draw it like a square. Okay. That's what, because then you start making all the angles 90 degrees and all that. And unless they say that, then you can't.
Right.
Okay.
But what else? Is there another shape that can be a rhombus?
No.
So it has to be a square.
No, this shape right here is a rhombus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a diamond with all equal sides.
You know, if you take apart a square, you could make two rhombuses.
Couldn't you?
No, look.
Because
all the sides
have to be equal.
No, look.
So
you
you
take
take triangles.
You take no.
Okay, stop. Let her talk
You
so we can
take
get
them?
moving.
You flip them into rhombus.
Oh, if you like cut it diagonally and then turn it inside out. Okay, yes. Okay, anyway. Okay, what is the measure of RPS?
70.
So RPS. So we're talking about right in here?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Is that 70 boys?
No.
Okay. So, well, we got,
We have 70.
we do have a 70.
We have two triangles.
So we have 70 here. Yes.
Right.
I have isosceles triangles. And what do I know about the base angles of isosceles? They're equal, and I have the other one is 70.
70 plus 70 minus.
No.
No, it's just
110
70.
or 180 minus 70.
180
110.
minus 70
Divided by 2.
is 110. Divided by 2 is
55.
55.
Probably.
Okay, Michael, 70, in order for 2 to be 70, they would have to be here and here. 70 is the vertex angle. So there's not two of them. Make sense? So that is the measure of angle RPS. Oh, I put RR. I don't think I can have RR, can I?
You have to divide it by 2 again, though?
No, I divided it by 2.
Yeah, but.
I only looked at this triangle.
Oh.
I didn't look at the whole thing. Now, if you were doing it that way, I could have taken 360 because it's a quadrilateral, right? Minus 140 because I have 70 and 70. And then you'd have 20, 220. And I divided by that by 2, I get 110. And then I'd have to divide that, or I could divide it by 4. Divide it by 2 again and get 55, which would be a very long way to do it. Okay? We try to be efficient. Okay, so M and O. M and O. So I'm looking for what now?
And
I'm looking for the whole thing, correct?
Yes.
So there's 2 ways we can do it. We can find the whole thing, or we can find half of it and times it by 2. So which way do you want to do it? Times it by 2? Might be easier because if this is 62, what do I know about this one?
62.
62. Well, I know all these are equal.
Well, that one's 90 degrees.
This one's 90 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So I can take 90 minus 62. So 828.
Wait, why are you?
Yeah.
Why don't we add them and then subtract that so we can get n?
Well, they wanted to do this way, and they're going to multiply by 2, but we can do it that way also.
so how do
Wait,
you
why
know
are
if
we
it's a
doing
rock?
90?
Because if this is 90, the other 2 are 90 also, yes? If you have one 90-degree angle, the other 2 add up to be 90. So you just took 90 minus 62.
But still, why? Like, why not 180?
Because we have 90. We have one of them that's 90 already.
Yeah.
So the other 2 are 90. So instead of adding 90 and 62 and make a mistake there, I just took 90 minus 62. Okay. So that gives me 56 degrees. So we're saying that M and O is 56. Now Gwen said, well, why aren't we taking 62 and 62 and subtracting it from 180 to get the whole thing?
I meant like 62 and 90.
Oh, because that was for the same reason. If you know this is 90, these 2 angles have to be 90, correct? So instead of taking 90 plus 62 and making a mistake on not carrying or something like that, if you just take 90 minus 62, it makes it easier. You can do the other way, that's fine. Okay, now could have I also taken 180 minus 124
Yeah.
and got 656?
Yeah.
Okay, either way it works, right?
Well, where do you get 120? Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah.
62 and 62. Okay, what is QT?
But
Okay, so QT is 1/2 of QS, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I need you to stop. Okay, QT is half of QS.
Can you just divide it both by 2? And then find it out? Never mind.
No,
Never mind.
you cannot do
never
that.
mind. Okay. Doesn't make sense.
So then we have 1/2 of 5y minus 4. What's wrong with what's going on right now, guys?
1/5. Yeah, you
Oh, I wrote 1/5. That's first of all.
Right? It's not a rhombus, right?
Yeah, it says rhombus.
Oh, I just looked at it.
Yeah, you're.
Sounds like.
What's wrong? Why can't I solve it? What don't I have?
Because you don't have Y.
I don't have y. Is there something in my picture that can give me y?
Well,
Yeah.
3y minus 1 and 2y plus 3 are equal.
These two are equal, aren't they? So I'm going to subtract 2y and add 1. So y equals
4.
4. So what am I going to do with that?
Look at 4 and the 5.
So 1/2 5 times 4 minus 4. So 20 minus 4 is
20.
20 minus 4,
Oh, 20 minus 4.
16. Half of 16 is
8.
8. So QT is 8. So you see how we set a plan what we were going to do, right? We wrote an equation and we figured out what y was and plugged it back in. You guys did some hefty algebra. Good you go. Am I good?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to a rectangle. What is MP?
10.
How?
Because the diagonal is equal to 5 because it's a rectangle.
It's a rectangle, so all these pieces are the same, yes?
Yeah.
So it's 5 plus 5, so it is 10. Okay. What is MQ?
Don't you also do this?
12.
it looks
9.
like 10 if you ask me.
No, because the top and the bottom
I'm
are
also
also like the
thinking
sides
90
of degrees.
Never mind, it can't be. 10.
Oh, I didn't do the form.
Oh, so if it's 90, don't those have to be 45 then?
No.
Oh, it's just one big
Oh, it's a triangle.
triangle.
It's one big right triangle. Do we have a way to solve a right triangle?
Yeah.
Or
And what is that?
Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagorean theorem, which is what?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
So is that 5 plus 5 equals?
What?
What are A and B?
5.
No, what are they?
4 and X.
Oh, they're the hyper.
Nope.
They're the legs.
They're the legs. What is C?
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse.
The long one.
Okay, so we're going to call this one X squared plus, what's the other leg?
4.
So 4 squared. And the hypotenuse is
10.
10.
Oh, 10 squared. Yes. Wait, what?
Oh, because it's 2.
Because it's 2 5s. You just found it. You just found the hypotenuse, did you not?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Okay, so now
There it is.
so then what? How am I going to solve that?
it'll be x plus 16 equals
It would be x squared
well, x.
plus 16 equals 100.
So it'll be 16x.
No?
You have to subtract the 16.
You have to subtract the 16.
Oh,
You gotta square root that.
Well, you got to find it first.
equals 84.
So 484.
Yeah, 84.
Okay. Then we have to take the
Square root.
square root. And it's technically plus or minus, but is it minus? Can a length be minus?
No.
No. Okay. So, is there a perfect square in 84?
No. Yeah.
42.
What about 4?
And 4, yeah.
Yeah, 24.
4 goes into 84 how many times?
24.
21. Okay, is there a perfect square in 21? No, because it's 3 times 7, yes? So what is the square root of 4? 2 square root of 21 is MQ.
How did that, the 84 square root again?
So 4 goes into 84, but then it's how many times can you go into it?
That was so difficult.
4 times 21 is 84. Gwen?
It was.
4.
No,
Stop. Can you guys stop?
No,
Stop. I know, but I'm trying to explain to her, and that conversation doesn't help. 4 times 21 is 84.
Yeah.
So I have to take the square root of 4 and the square root of 21. Square root of 4 is 2. And the square root of 21 is the square root of 21 because
It doesn't have a square.
it doesn't have a perfect square. Okay. You guys are going to have to continue to use the Pythagorean theorem. It is not going anywhere.
I just can't get it down to like the when you actually have to like square.
Right,
like
but you
the-
have to. You can't
I
just,
know.
you have to. You gotta do it.
No, just leave it.
Okay, YPZ. So YPZ. This one?
90.
Wouldn't be the same thing.
It's what?
90.
Why?
Because it has the same properties of a rectangle
And a
and a rhombus.
rhombus, and that says the diagonals meet at a
90 degrees.
90-degree angle.
I don't remember all that stuff.
XWP. XWP.
45.
Why?
Because it's half
Because
of
it's half
90.
of 90.
It's half a 90. Because it's bisected, right?
Yeah.
So 90 over 2, write 90 over 2 so you know where the 45 degrees came from. And don't forget your degree. I took a lot of half points off for degrees, guys. Okay. XZ.
14.
Why?
Because 7 plus 7 equals 14.
So 7 plus 7 or 7 times 2? So 14.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
YZ? Oh, XZ.
XZ.
Oh, okay.
YZ, we would have to do the Pythagorean theorem,
Yeah,
yes?
that's what I thought,
Yeah, I thought you were doing
Should we do that again?
No.
So, well, should we do it so you could practice it? If you don't understand it, should we do it so you practice it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand it.
Okay.
It just is a little hard.
It's
It's only hard when you have the X.
It's when it's like bigger numbers, and I don't know though.